Have you ever been shocked at how many types of decking coating are on the shelves? It can be a really confusing topic. When we looked into the subject, we found that there are key questions to ask. There are three things that an ideal coating can protect your deck from. Firstly, from dirt. After all, the deck is outside and exposed to the weather, so it needs protection. Secondly, from water. Ideally, decks should have a slight camber so that water doesn't sit on a deck. But regardless, the deck will get wet and this can split timber when there is no protection. Finally, from ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet light is what robs the timber of its surface color and begins to break down the strength of the wood. In reality, most decking coatings are effective in just two areas. They protect from dirt and water, but aren't designed to provide protection from ultraviolet light. Here in Western Australia, the levels of ultraviolet light are extreme, and decking goes gray quickly. Now, gray isn't a bad thing, it's just different. But we need to know whether the deck will go gray when we get the coating. What do we want the deck to look like in time? We have a choice to make. Do we want a coating that will allow the deck to go gray, or do we want a coating that maintains the color? We need to know this when we purchase the decking coating. A word of realism here. There is no clear product that can protect the wood from the effects of ultraviolet light. No matter how solid the wood is and how many clear coats are applied, the timber will break down. A clear coating cannot be as effective as a coating with a pigment included. To summarize what we have covered, the first decision is to choose what level of protection you want for your deck. Is maintaining the color important to you? Or are you happy to let the deck go gray? And remember, if you want to slow the effects of ultraviolet light, then a pigment will be needed. When it comes to protecting decks, we already know something about making things waterproof. We have all probably seen waxed clothing or oilskin coats. Oil is naturally waterproof. Interestingly, pigments resist ultraviolet light. It's a matter of combining these effects. The very best protection that we have found for decks is the pigmented decking oils from Osmo. The oils penetrate the timber and protect from dirt and water. The pigments still reveal the colors and grain of the timber and slow the effects of ultraviolet light. So while it may seem confusing, when we get back to basics, we get the best protection. Oils and waxes are naturally waterproof. Pigments naturally inhibit ultraviolet light. Because Osmo uses very finely ground pigments, you get a semi-transparent finish, and you can choose a color to enhance your timber and see the grain. It is easy to apply and works very well. Regardless of your choice, we have an Osmo decking oil to suit you. Remember, oils and waxes are naturally repellent to water. We know this from what we observe in nature. Decide what you want. Can the deck go gray or should the color be maintained? If the deck can gray off, then use the Osmo Clear Decking Oil and apply 2 coats with a decking brush. If you want color, then choose a lightly pigmented decking oil. Again, apply 2 coats with a decking brush and you will be protecting your deck. Over time, the deck will need an extra coat, so look for signs of wear and tear. To apply a further coat, simply clean the deck and apply the coat as required. With Osmo coatings, deck protection is made very straightforward. So what will you choose? Here at VCS, we have been working with wood for over 35 years, and we provide solutions that work for a variety of applications. We have done a lot of work with oils, and this is why we finally settled on Osmo. We really like products that work as intended. We stock several types of coatings for various uses, both inside and outside, and our comments are always based on real-life experience. Feel free to contact the team for more information on this or other topics.